Hello and welcome to our presentation on question 1. As some countries' populations start to age, how does this impact the global business environment? And now pass you on to my colleague Tafari.
Thank you. Now, the country that I decided to do to research on for age population was Japan. Now we can see Japan has the highest rate of age population than any other country in the world, which is 26.3%. And they also have a life expectancy of 80 for men and 87 for the women. Now, this can have economic and political implications, whereas we see the new Prime Minister of Japan had decided to try and bring in new rules to allow firms to urge them to put more women in senior positions in the firms because of the evident life expectancy where women tend to live longer. Now, we can see that this could be better for the firms as will be more, I wouldn't say the word reliable, but it could be seen as more reliable to give women that senior position, whereas it's less likely for them to have an unfortunate circumstance where they won't be around to help the business anymore. Now, if only a certain amount of firms do this, this will only affect Japan on a micro level, where the Prime Minister wants everyone to do it where it can affect on a macro level for the whole economy, and the economy can see growth. Now, Japan has seen for their GDP a stagnation for over 2 decades. Now, they can use the aging population as a way to actually better their economy, whereas, say, for stuff like low fertility rate, which Japan is seeing, if there's low fertility rate, less births, I mean, the government can use more of their funding for aspects such as maybe technology and put more into the workforce and just better stuff like that, instead of, because if there's no need for the funding in this part of the economy, they can use the funding for the other part of the economy to better it in other ways that other countries cannot. And Japan has seen 2 different types of ways the age population has occurred, which is, as I said, the decline in fertility rate and the increase in longevity. Now, decline in fertility rate will cause deflationary pressures, where longevity will actually cause inflationary pressures, which means Japan is facing a conflict between inflation, which means they have to figure out a way to keep it constant for the economy as they're trying to improve and grow. Now, I'm going to pass you over to my colleague Emma, who's going to talk about the UK aging population.
The UK's current life expectancy is now being recorded at 81.5 years. As you can see from the graph, it has increased significantly. However, it isn't above Japan at 83.1 years, but it is above the United States with 78.7. With the UK having an ageing population, it has caused worry to the government, as it will impact massively on the business environment. The main impacts of this is firstly the increase in dependency ratio, because if the retirement age remains fixed and the life expectancy increases, this will result in more people claiming pension benefits and less people working and paying income tax. This may then lead to an increase in tax rates to provide benefits to those who have retired. And with the ageing population, there would be an increase in the government spending with the healthcare, as elderly people develop more health issues. However, this will offer more jobs to people in the public sector due to the high demand in healthcare. Also, with a decline in birth rates, it will benefit the government, as it will save the government money, as there will be less money required for education, which will benefit the government, as they'll be able to fund the growing ageing population. In the business environment, with the UK starting to age, many older people are choosing to work longer, with 3.7 million more people between 50 and the state pension age working in the next few years. This will impact on the business environment, as they'll have more qualified workers to be able to train those who aren't as qualified as them. I'll now give you over to Nick, who will present Greece.
Thank you, Emma. Aging populations can have a huge impact on the global environment for business, and this is evident with one of the European Union countries and highest tourist destinations, as you can see from the flag, that is Greece. Greece, according to the professor of the University of Thessaly, Marie Noel Daikon, is one of the most aged countries in the world. Statistics prove that within the EU, as I said before, they are one of the most aged countries. However, internationally as well, they are third in the world, having 21.4%. Italy being second, having 22.4%. And Japan, as my colleague said, to far right, that Japan have 26.3%. Life expectancy in Greece has changed from 80.6 years in 2012 to 71.4 years in 2014, showing a radical fall in this sector. Due to the economic situation and recent downfall in the Greek economy, elderly citizens have actually received the worst quality of life, according to Help Age International. Looking at the economic factors, the austerity measures whereby the Greek government were taking money out of their citizens' banks, pensions had been cut, and trying to really ignite their global business environment, try and ignite and make it become better. The Greek government tried to leave from the agricultural market and move over to the coal and more raw materials to try and spark off their new economic future. Citizens and migrants have been leaving the country, as well as individuals passing away due to this this low life expectancy rate. This therefore means that there are less workers in the labour jobs, and if Greece are trying to improve their labour market and improve their economy, this is going to have a detrimental effect. So, due to the high amount of elderly people, they are unable to do this labour work due to such intense and harsh long hours, and of course due to their health concerns. Making the situation even worse, Greeks are discouraged to have children, meaning less workers in the future, less labour work, less GDP for the Greek economy and Greek government. The retirement age has been changed from 67 years from 65. So that means that the retirement age has increased by 2 years, with 150,000 individuals going into retirement, and after this change and showing the detrimental effect on this aging population. 4.1 million people are currently unemployed in Greece, and 2.7 million of them people are in fact pensioners. That is around 66% of an 11 million population in Greece. I will now hand you over to my colleague Will, who will be talking about the USA.
Hello, I'm going to talk about the United States of America. The main issue they have around the aging population is actually the sustainability of the Medicare programs. As you can see, it's projected from 6.8% of GDP in 2000 to 13.2% in 2050. And also, between 2000 and 2050, the amount of people using the service is projected to double. The main concern for the US is the fact the level of sustainability of these programs and where the funding will come from due to the ever increasing levels of elderly people. Another issue is the disabled rates of the elderly are actually set to decline, as you can see here, from 26.2% in 82 to 90.7% in 99. This is actually a benefit as the workforce is continuing to increase, which allows the population to increase productive capacity, thus increase spending and the economic growth. However, the downside of this is the fact that firms may keep on the more elderly workers, which may take away jobs from college leavers, school leavers, which may create an issue around youth unemployment. In addition, individuals may lose benefit from the tax system due to the opportunity costs of the government providing this care. So funding and programs such as school scholarships and sports programs may be cut, and students may not be able to reach their full potential due to the fact that the financial burden is now on them and their family, and they may not be able to provide that financial cover. I will now pass you on to Nick.
Thank you for listening to our presentation. We hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.